You're listening to the Bruins Forecheck podcast. You can support the show by commenting, liking, and subscribing to our YouTube channel at Bruins Forecheck, or by leaving 5 stars and a comment on iTunes, Apple, Amazon, and Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find and listen to your favorite podcast. The Bruins Forecheck. Remember, it's FORR for number 4, Bobby Orr. And now, here is your host, Dave Daniello. Enjoy this week's show.
Hey Bruins fans, welcome back to the show. It's the Bruins Forecheck, presented to you by San Antonio Mortgage. San Antonio Mortgage is your guide to the right loan for you. Licensed in California, Florida, and Texas. San Antonio Mortgage. Truth, trust, results. Please, guys, smash that subscribe button for us and leave us a like and a comment down below. And if you like what we're doing here, please share this with your friends and groups so more people can hear what we're up to. And lastly, if you can't catch us on YouTube, you can get us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Bruins Forecheck. And you can listen to us wherever you hear your favorite podcasts. Remember, Forecheck is FORR for number 4, Bobby Orr. Well, it seems like the last game the Bruins played was months ago, doesn't it? Well, actually, it was only 5 days ago. On Wednesday, February 1st, the Bruins played the Leafs, ended their 3-game losing streak by beating the Maple Leafs by a score of 5-2. And I predicted it. There was no way the boys in black and gold were going to lose for a 4th game in a row and keep that streak going. I also predicted now that Pavel Zacha, now that he's signed, he would start contributing more on the scoreboard. He's already the hardest working player on his line. He's a grinder, but he is starting to put the puck in the net. Since he signed his $4.75 million contract extension on January 14th, he has 6 goals, 4 assists for 10 points, and he's exactly a point-a-game player since his extension. And I pretty much predicted that too. I didn't predict the number of points, but I certainly said, if you go back and listen, that he would start scoring now that that monkey is off his back. Good on you, Pavel Zacha. Hopefully you can keep this scoring up, and when you come back from the break, hopefully you can just keep everything going and then play the Capitals and Alex Ovechkin and kick some ass. Well, let's take a quick look back at the previous 51 games. The Bruins are 39-7-5. They have 83 points, and they have an .814 winning percentage. They're on pace to break the NHL record for most wins in a season. That record's held by the 1995-96 Detroit Red Wings and the 18-19 Tampa Bay Lightning with 62 wins. David Pastrnak has 38 goals, 34 assists for 72 points. Brad Marchand, 16 goals, 30 assists for 46 points. Krejci has 12 and 30 for 42. And Patrice Bergeron has 18 goals, 20 assists for 38 points. Hampus Lindholm leading the league with a plus-minus of a +33. Linus Ullmark is 26-4-0-1 with a .937 save percentage and a goals against average of 1.9. Yes, the man has played over 30 games. He has a .937 save percentage and a goals against average of 1.9. And Jeremy Swayman, he's just terrible. He's 12-3-0-4 with a .914 save percentage and a 2.34 goals against average. Tell me that this is not the best goalie tandem in the NHL right now. Because it is. They are just playing awesome. They're keeping the guys in the games, even the tight games. They're finding a way to keep it close so somebody can go down and score. And that's why the Bruins are so good this year. It's no wonder why the Bees are smashing a new record. It seems like a new record with every single win. If it's not Bergie with 1,000 points or 400 goals, it's 1,000 games for Krejci. Goalie records for Ullmark. And now Jim Montgomery is on the verge of getting his 100th NHL win. He's sitting on 99 right now. Just amazing. Let's hope that the Bees can keep this going in the second half of the season and continue on their winning ways. All right, guys, let's talk about the debacle that was the NHL All-Star Game competition. You may have seen my little minute blurb. I was so disgusted and so upset after the NHL skills competition the other day. But let's talk about it a little bit more. I don't know if it was the NHL's fault or ESPN's, but holy shit, what a fucking dismal experience. Why can't you guys get this shit right? The NHL is a $6 billion a year business. Yes, I said 6 billion with a B, just like the Bruins. A $6 billion business, and you can't get one night of skills correct or one day of skills correct. It's a fucking joke. It really is. You guys should be ashamed of the product that you guys put out there the other day for everybody to witness. The NFL Pro Bowl was a hit, in my opinion, and I hate the Pro Bowl. The new flag football thing was a pretty cool experience. The skills games were pretty fun. They were pretty cool, except for the biggest catch event. That one really, really sucked. But what are we doing, NHL? Shooting pucks at surfboards. And that event wasn't even fair. Oh, and by the way, you have a goalie shooting a puck when it's all players through the whole event, and then one goalie. Shesterkin is shooting pucks at surfboards too. It just wasn't fair. The only player who got dunked was the one who got shot on first. Why not make that event like the shooting accuracy event was, and have two people going at the same time in a race to see who gets dunked first? That would have made more sense to me. And the shooting accuracy event was hard to watch once you got in the semifinals because there were two people going at the same time. It was a joke. The whole thing was very poorly produced. It was horrible. And you got to see all the people skating around with their little headsets on, directing players. Nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. It was horrible. I can't even believe it. And poor Connor McDavid. I'm going to say this. I'm not a huge Connor McDavid guy, but the man went 8 for 8, I think, in that event. And he loses because he was too slow. And that's probably the only time you'll ever hear me say that Connor McDavid is too slow. But it's a shooting accuracy event. He went 8 for 8. Nobody else did that, and the man loses. I just don't understand the whole concept. I really don't. And then ESPN plays the wrong clip for one of the events. Everybody was confused. And the breakaway challenge. Oh my God. The breakaway challenge. What are we doing here? I'm blown away by this. Can we just, expose the players for what they are? They're not actors. It's all a joke. Can we just do some real breakaways? Maybe? Right? Have we really seen it all? Because I don't think we have. Right? There's more than just the Michigan out there. Can we just do some real skills events and stop with this tomfoolery business? Because that was an absolute joke too. I just can't stand it. The only two events that I liked personally were the goalie tandem event and the golf event. And that's only because I'm a golfer. I thought that was pretty cool to see those guys shooting the pucks. But the goalie event I thought was really, really neat. But it took 4 or 5 or 6 shots to really understand what was going on because it wasn't described to the public very well. It took me a minute to figure out that one of the goalie shooting was on a different team than the guy that was in the net. And then the whole 1-on-0, 2-on-0, 3-on-0 thing, I don't know. Anyway, it was a joke. I wasn't impressed. I shared a link on my Facebook page that the NHL came under fire because of it. Nobody was happy after that. It was an absolute disgrace. And the NHL should be ashamed of that whole presentation. Oh, and ESPN. Shame on you for having Pat Maroon as a rinkside reporter. The man does not even know how to tie his shoes, much less utter words that people can understand. He had no idea what was going on during the whole thing. You got guys in the booth talking to him, trying to get him involved, and he's stupid. The man is just an ignorant bastard, right? John Buccigross should retire, show some fucking enthusiasm, You were so boring, I think I fell asleep between each sentence. Oh my God. Oh my God. But congratulations to the Atlantic Conference and Jim Montgomery, Linus Ullmark, and David Pastrnak. It's the first time that the Atlantic has won this event, and David Pastrnak and Linus Ullmark played big roles in that win for them. So congratulations. Ullmark went 6 for 6 in the first half of the final with the shutout. Pastrnak had a breakaway goal and a sweet steal in the first game from Ovi for a breakaway goal in that game as well. So congratulations, guys. I hope you get some rest. And now the run for the playoffs. 31 games left, and hopefully some record breaking along the way. And that culminates with a big Stanley Cup playoff run with a cup. That's what we want, Bruins fans. We want the cup. The next week for the Bruins, it's really light. They got the one game this Saturday against the Washington Capitals. The Capitals are 27, 20, and 6. And then the Bruins don't play again until next Tuesday when they play in Dallas. So we got a couple of games ahead of us that are going to be tough, especially after the break, having 9 days off. So get healthy, Bruins. Get rested. Come back and kick some ass the rest of the way. And that's it, guys. That's all we've got today. Usually we're about 25, 30 minutes, but this is going to be quite a bit less. Not a lot of Bruins news to talk about. No trades, no injuries, no anything like that. Just a vacation. But I wanted to touch base with everybody, get my take in on the All-Star game and the All-Star competition, and what the Bruins have coming up here this week. So thanks to everybody for watching us here on YouTube. Thanks again to San Antonio Mortgage and our executive producer, Megan. This is the Bruins Forecheck with David Daniello. And remember, Forecheck is Forrr for number 4, Bobby Orr. And go Bruins!